Greetings, Starseeds and secret Starseeds. I hope you're well. So I have four updates I wanted to share with you because I've been off line for most of the last couple of months. So I thought rather than write a post, let me just speak and share and say hello to you and just bring some energy to you as well because a lot has shifted in my world and I'm imagining that a lot has shifted in your world because unless you have been far away on a private island somewhere you're going to have been feeling so many energies, so many shifts, right? So many things going on. And you might be on a roller coaster ride. And if you are, don't worry, you're not crazy. This is ascension. So there's so much happening. So the first thing, yeah, I've been going without going into all the detail because I'm, like privacy and all of that. And there is a lot that sometimes you don't really want to share online and it's not the right time to share online. But I've just been going through a lot of different things, lots of shifts, like a lot of you have, a lot of changes. So I've had quite a few dark nights of the soul, lots of what it feels like is that, that shedding when that old layer of you is just being stripped away, pulled away painfully sometimes. And I kind of went through this, I've been through this dark night of the soul a couple of times before in very extensive ways. This one didn't last that long compared to maybe over a few years. I've had a previous one. Um, but it felt very deep and felt very painful. And so the reason I'm sharing this is because I know that a lot of you will have gone through that or maybe are going through that or are about to go through that. So just to know it's totally part of the ascension process. We're going to have to go through these times, which I think a lot of people don't maybe speak about out there because it's not the highlight reel, right? But it can be painful. It can tip you into a lot of heavy feelings, depression, being lost, not being sure what your direction is. And at one point, this was about maybe halfway, about a month ago, I had these feelings of I don't even know what my mission is. I felt really disconnected. I felt like maybe I should just give up my mission. Um, that was just part of the process. And of course, on the other side of that, what happens is, so what happens is that, we come out like a rebirth, like a renewed energy. And then what that looks like is another version of yourself because you've just stripped away those previous old versions that needed to die off. So sometimes we've just got to let that death happen. We've got to let that stuff come up, all of the doubts, all of the old programmy stuff, maybe things you thought you healed, and here they are again from another perspective. So that's what some of what I went through. Um, Interesting stuff around the mission. So yeah, if you're feeling the same, know that all is well and it's just part of the process. So in doing that, I'm just looking at my notes because I wanted to stay on track. But yeah, on doing that, this is update number two. I've had a new addition to my team. So my divine team, as many of you will know if you've connected with me, have been the High Octarine Council and the Angelic Realm. And I was aware that there's always more. So as soon as you think you're sort of there and you've settled and this is how it's going to be on this starseed journey and ascension journey, you'll find that there's always another layer, there's always another layer. So don't think that just because where you are right now, you won't have plot twists and amazing new things coming in. So for me, it was the activation of another part of my divine team, also another part of my multidimensional self, which I'll get into in another post or share somewhere. But it was calling in the Golden Dragon tribe, which I've got to tell you, I absolutely love them. They are, I'm going to say new part of my team, but they're really like an ancient part of me, of my team. It's very familiar energy, but I can tell you, since they've been activated, it feels so good in the body. Uh, I feel more like me than I've ever felt before. The way that they work with the rest of my team, it's all connected because these golden dragons are very connected to the angelic realm and they're also connected to the Arcturians because that's kind of my connection. So they're all sort of part of the same team, and it's just beautiful. So let me know if you're watching, if any of you have connections or familiar feelings towards the dragons or the dragon tribe of any kind. There's so many. There's so many different types of dragons. I love them. So that's going to be something I'm really, they're already coming in through all of my content, all of my work, all of the things I want to do. So what I'm trying to do is learn the frequency. So when I first opened my channel, which was in 2021, I had to sort of, and this is for you, a lot of you will be doing this as well with your teams and your guides. I had to open up into the Arcturian frequency and get to know that signature, that frequency. And then I started to become familiar. Then I was opening up into the angelic realm, and they're both very high frequency, but there's a different energy to them. And then they came in, and I started to adjust to that energy. And then I started to adjust with when they come in together, because I channel them as a combined collective. So then I was getting into what does that energy feel like with both. So now with the additions of the dragon tribe, which are like this huge surge of energy, which is I'm going to do a lot more with them and I'll share more as I go, but they are amazing. So then you've got the dragon energy. So I'm kind of getting used to that energy on its own. And then when that combines with just the Arcturian energy, that's interesting. And then you have the dragons combined with the angelic realm, which is another interesting energy. And then you have all three, and I can hold all three, which is a little bit I'm learning to do that over the last few days, how to hold all three energies and bring them in as a collective, which is very powerful energy. So it's a lot of fun, and I've been having really great conversations, and I will be at some point channeling through um, directly from them, I believe. Yep, that's what I'm told. So I'm excited to share that with you, and it's going to pour into all of my work. So if you feel a different energy from me and through me, that is why. It's still me, it's still this, all of what I'm doing, but there will be an additional energy. And this energy, the way I describe it, and I feel like it's so needed on the planet, is going to be one of, it's more, I'm going to say fire, but not because the dragons are all about fire, because they're all the elements, but there's a fire that comes in with my particular team, and there's a like a sacred fierceness, I'm going to say, with them. There's courage, there's really, really big protector energy. So it's going to be a really great energy, I feel, to bring in around all these tumultuous times that we're going to move through the rest of 2025 and beyond, because we know we have a lot coming at us around the world. So this is going to be a great energy, and they're incredibly beautiful with healing as well, like really, really, because they're very in line with the angelic beings as well. So they're kind of like angelic dragons. That's kind of the way I see it. It's like angelic Arcturian dragons of some kind. So they're very, very very potent with healing as well, which obviously complements what I've been doing with the rest of my team. So I'm excited to share that with you. So I will be opening up more about that, and yeah, really good stuff. So a lot of energy to integrate. And then update three off the back of that, I've streamlined some of my offerings. So you can, at any point, you can go to theawakerevolution.com and just check out what I'm doing. And wherever you're watching this, there will always be like a link in a bio or the top of the page or wherever you're seeing this. So you can always check out, because I have different offerings. But what I've decided to do with this new energy, which I'm just thrilled about, so you may or may not know, depending on if you've looked at my services or worked with me, I used to have a session for channeling, just direct channeling. I had a session for activating star seeds or soul activations, and then I had a session for doing the deep hypnosis, clearing entities, dark energies, AI attachments, and so on under hypnosis. So what I've done, because of this energy, I don't really need to do it that way. So I'm streamlining all of these things, channeling, perspectives, guidance, um, activations for starseeds and soul activations and clearing in one session. So what it is now is going to be the frequency shift session. It's one 60-minute session. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because I found that when people come to work with me, they often need a bit of all of it, or I often get a lot of messages and emails saying, oh, which I'm not sure which like session. Do I need a channel session with you, or do I need an activation? I know I need clearing, and it's all sort of, so this way it's an invitation for you to book a session whenever you feel that it's time for you. And it's going to be giving your soul whatever it is that you need. So if you come into my space, because I can see it when you sit down with me, I will know straight away you need some clearing. I can literally see stuff attached there. Most of us do need clearing. We can activate you straight away. And of course, there's a space for channeling on whatever you've got going on right now in life, business, mission. So it feels really good to streamline that. So you can check that session out if you're interested at any point. That's going to be one of my core offerings, so it's not going anywhere. And then with the hypnosis, because the way that the team is now, we can clear very quickly. So it doesn't feel resonant anymore to do. So under hypnosis, we were doing the deep clearing, which were really, really good sessions. But then we'd move on to the sort of quantum travel, past lives, parallel lives, in between lives, alternate lives, whatever happens. But what we're doing now is because we can do the clearings really quickly, we don't really need to do it in any great length. They're quite rapid. So what I'm going to do now is use this hypnosis session, and we're calling it now timeline healing hypnosis. So that session is really going to be geared towards uh, journeying on into regression. So it's to visit another aspect of your multidimensional self, whether that's could be the current life if there's something going on here, but it could be past life, parallel life, in between life. And it's really to get to the root of what is bothering you or affecting you in the current life. And that's where I started. I started years back. That's how I was doing my hypnosis, and I really love doing that. And I sort of came away a little bit from that. So I'm going back into that now. So it's really there if you've got stuff going on, and a lot of people I work with, because they're starseeds, light workers, old souls, we've had so many experiences. Some of our trauma doesn't even come from this life. It comes from galactic wars over there and things that we've had, God knows, or in other lifetimes, right, that we carry. Sometimes it is other Earth lifetimes as well, and sometimes it's galactic lifetimes. So we have a lot of I'm going to say like galactic PTSD. A lot of us have these woundings and things going on that's affecting our mission now because it's tied. It's like a lot of us are here to speak, to help healing and growth and ascension in all different ways, in all different ways, to spread the light, to be the light. So we're going to be affected by things that happen. So I really want to help get to the root of that and clear and heal those woundings from before. So the hypnosis is going to be focused on that. And then at the front of that session, I'm still going to do the clearing because that's always needed to make sure there's no interference. But the clearing just is going to be quick. It's going to be very, very potent with my team now. So we don't need to spend like an hour, hour and a half, how I used to be doing it, going through all of the energy centers and then you connecting. We just scrap that now. We need to get speedy and efficient because we've got a lot of things that we need to hurry up really and get on with. And so these hypnosis sessions are timeline healing and activation hypnosis. So it's also going to activate you into that multidimensional part of you, right? So it's just a kind of clearing up of like what we're doing here. So that feels really good to me, so that it's really yeah, it's just taking the work and making it more powerful. So just a note on that, for you with your stuff, just allow yourself space, because a lot of you are going to be feeling called to do the same, where you've got existing services, offerings, things that you're doing, ways of working, and maybe they feel a bit stagnant. And usually that's because there's another layer coming in, like there always is for me when I get a bit stagnant and things, I don't feel so joyful around my work. It's usually because I've outgrown it, or the energies have outgrown it, and then it's time to bring in the next level. So this is what I'm doing. Yeah, and the same probably applies to you. And then I'm also opening up higher level spaces for those making an impact in a bigger way. So people that want to step into my highest level of working, that's already set up on the website, and that's by application only. But the other services you can just book, and yeah, we'll just get going, right? We'll just get going quickly. And then the fourth update, which I'm really, really excited about, is I'm going to, because of these energies, I want to really, really share them more with you. There's so much to talk about. There's so many transmissions, activations. My team are giving me the clear message now that it's time for us to really move forwards now, not in a push hype way, but it's time for star seeds, light workers, conscious beings, to really start to do more healing, release those layers. When we say healing, we don't mean endless talking about the problem. We are talking about energy healing, where you actually release from your system these old blueprints, these old programmings, these old ways of being. getting higher perspectives into around things, bringing in the higher frequency guides around this because they have so much to share with us around how we can be approaching things on this planet, aspects that we're trying to get better at, get stronger at. So when we bring in those energies, it's highly activating. So I'm going to be running live group events now. So every month, definitely one a month, could be two. It just depends on what else I've got going on because I'm also trying to write books and stuff, but and I also want nice relaxation in between these things. So yeah, definitely once a month, we're going to have live group events happening online, and they're going to be Arcturian and angelic healing spaces, activations, and transmissions. So I'm really excited. These are going to be low cost, affordable. So, some of you will work with me one to one, some of you will never work with me one to one, but I want a way that we can connect, right? So that it's an easy thing for you to step into. Um, Attend once or attend every month, whatever you feel, right? Just come and attend whenever you want. Just book as and when. So I'm going to have a list of dates and times that will be put on my website, and then I'll share here each time we're going to run one. And then if you can't attend live, totally fine, because you will always get the replay. So, just assume you'll always get the replay. There's no need to ask if you can't. I think we all know now, right? Lots of messages otherwise, like, is there a replay? Yes, it's all recorded, so you'll always get a replay. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited about that because we're going to bring in a lot. We just want some spaces now to invite you in so that you can really feel these transmissions. And then it's not just information. We're going to talk about stuff X, Y, Z. It's no, you're going to feel the transmissions. You're going to really, it's going to be a lovely way to work. And then as many people as want can join. It takes no more energy for me if I deliver this to two people that turn up on Zoom, or if I deliver it to 200 people or 2,000 people, I can hold that. So really excited. And also, of course, the Arcturian angelic energy combined with the dragon energy that's going to come in as well. So we're going to have lots of different topics and themes and focus points. So yeah, those are the updates. There's a few more things in the pipeline, but I think that's enough for now. Um, but yes, exciting. I'm feeling that things are heating up. You will feel this too, I'm sure. A lot of chaos out there on the planet right now. And so one of the things that I and my team are here to do is not to go down into the depths of the crap that's happening. We know that there's crap happening, and there are people out there whose role is to shout about that loud and proud, and that's wonderful. My role isn't that. My role isn't to talk and go on about these things. I will absolutely highlight stuff when it's really, really needed. So, for those of you who knew me in 2020 and 21, I was very vocal at the time around certain substances, right, being injected into us. Um, we're past that now. We all made our decisions, and that's okay. And a lot of people are, on the track of healing from that, clearing from that, and that's wonderful. But when there's something like that, I will really speak out about. I will continue to do that. But more than that, there's a need now for us to go into higher frequencies. The best weapon against anything out there is the frequency. The best way to not be impacted by all these things that are coming our way and will continue to come our way is frequency, right? The best way to get through this crazy war, spiritual warfare that's happening is through frequency. So I'm really focusing on that. And so we want to invite you up into the higher frequencies so that when you connect with the Arcturian energy, the angelic energy, the dragon energy, it's going to really help your body attune to the higher frequency because your soul already is a higher consciousness. So we're getting the body connected to that and allowing more light into the body. So that's our focus now. And I'm really going to be showing up in a more direct way because it's very necessary. All right, so thank you for watching if you've been watching this whole time. So drop a comment, feel free, say hello, share anything you want to share. And I will drop a schedule soon around these healing spaces. I think we're going to start I think at the beginning of September. Yeah, we're probably going to have two in September and then maybe do monthly after that because I have another thing I'm bringing out for October. So yeah, there'll probably be two events in September. Yeah, all online. Um, and just on that, there probably will be in-person events at some point. It's definitely something I want to bring in, but Yeah, when the timing is right for that, we will do that. So that's it for now. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. I send you so much love. I want to keep cheering you on in your mission and remind you that you are here on a mission. You are here to allow yourself to move forward. You're not here to blend in. You already know this. We're just reminding you. You're not here to blend in. You're not here to do the same thing as you were doing last year. That's just come through. You're here to level up in a very real way. You're here to allow yourself to shine that light bigger and brighter than ever. And you're here to bring your soul and higher self through in much more of a direct way, right? So, not that you have this side of you and then maybe it doesn't come out in certain situations. It's about really embodying this higher self part of us, the spiritually connected, in tune part of us, irrespective of what people think, irrespective of what friends and family and people you might meet may not understand about you. You are absolutely here to bring this energy in, and you're not alone because there's so many of us doing it, and we're all playing our role, right, around the world. So just know that you are in good company. Okay, so I will leave it there, and I send you lots of love, and we will talk very soon. Okay, take care.